Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Life of a Showgirl. Let's talk about it.
Finished training for the day? Time to fight post-workout fatigue with Core Power Protein Shakes. They're packed with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle and electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to help your body replenish, rebuild, and repair post-workout so you can power on to the next one. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Visit corepower.com to learn more.
How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we got a great episode for you today. The Taylor Swift Marathon officially begins. She dropped her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. This is the title track, I guess you could say, of the album, but it's not the intro track. This is actually the final track of the album. Guys, y'all know how I do it around here. I love picking a few tracks, and then I just love reviewing these songs on their own. And then we'll talk about it once we get to the album review, how it fits in with the album. Does it work? Does it not work? Etc., etc. But for now, I just want to have some fun, alright? Because, look, Taylor Swift doesn't drop often anymore. It felt like every, year you could count on a Taylor Swift album. And then she disappeared for a little bit. But now we got a new album, guys, and this song right here, The Life of a Showgirl, let's get into it, let's talk about it. Starting off with the instrumental. I really do enjoy the instrumental. It's very simple, but I think it really works well. I like the drums. The drums are very simple. It's just those simple, hard-beating pop drums. Bass sounds really good, but I like how we're not really relying on the instrumental here. This is just a placeholder to keep the beat going, to keep you bobbing your head to what you're enjoying. But then we get some switch-ups, and we get a couple of switch-ups. We get a beat switch-up where the beat kind of has this, more theatrical, kind of, loud, high-tempo, kind of clapping-type noise, kind of replacing those drums, which sounds absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Really works well. And I do like the switch up where the background vocals and the vocals kind of get really lighter too. That's really fun. The flow switches that happen on these switch ups is really great. And then we get a third switch up, I guess you could say. The third switch up comes in. That guitar comes crashing in. And I like how the guitar is not your basic pop guitar. It has some.
This podcast is supported by FX's English Teacher. Last year's critically acclaimed series returns to follow Evan, Gwen, and Marky as they vie for their students' divided attention. See why Cosmopolitan called its premiere season a masterclass of comedy, while Glamour raved it's the year's funniest and most heartwarming new comedy series. FX's English Teacher, all new Thursdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Some depth to it. It has a good sound to it. And then when those drums drop in, those heavy-ass drums, you had the beginning drums, which were kind of a placeholder, but now you got the main drums, which pack a punch, mix really well, sound really good in my opinion, and really just comes together when you're listening to the track. Overall, I really do enjoy this instrumental. I love the different switch-ups, etc. I think it just provides so much great value. And I like how this is almost a 5-minute track, It's one of those things where if you can do this right, if you can make these songs, long as you want, but actually, keep them cohesive, keep them sounding great, keep the switch-ups so the song doesn't even get boring at all. And, I like how we're even not relying on the instrumental. I like how the instrumental kind of just feels like a background placeholder. And that's kind of weird to say, but we're going to get into it. But I like the fact that, Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter are coming together on this song, and they're kind of playing off of each other's verses, playing off each other's hooks, also providing really great background vocals, really strong vocal runs from both of these artists too, which just sounds absolutely fantastic, adds so much goddamn depth, adds so much value, and this is what I'm talking about when I listen to pop music, guys. This is what I want to hear. I want to hear some effort put in, and I think it really shows the effort that Taylor Swift is putting in this one song already, when your instrumental doesn't even need to speak for itself. Your vocals, the way you're flowing on the track, the way you're singing on the track, the way Sabrina Carpenter's coming on here, adding a nice, kind of southern twang to the whole twist of the song, also switching it up, also having her own vocal runs, having those background vocals, those switch ups, it all just comes together and just provides so much great goddamn value and just wants to keep you listening to the song over and over and over again. I mean, holy goddamn shit. You know, I listen to this song and I'm like, damn.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
This sounds fantastic. You know, the vocals sound fantastic. The singing switch ups that you can just hear. Taylor Swift's powerful vocals come crashing in. I love how, you know, now Taylor Swift has those mature, deep vocals with her pop voice now. And you really hear that. You really hear the depth that she has with her vocals now. The singing is even better. And then she shows off her powerful vocals, which she still definitely has. And you see these powerful vocal runs that happen with the hook, even with the verse. And then you have these Taylor Swift background vocals that are backing up these vocal runs. And it's just like, holy shit. This song sounds absolutely fantastic. You know, we start off with the first verse, which, you know, has the classic Taylor Swift pop flow. The singing's good. The deep singing sounds really nice. Really love those mature vocals that she's kind of, you know, developed now as, you know, her later music goes. And then you have these background vocals that just, you know, are a little bit brighter, a little bit, you know, more higher pitched. And then you get this explosive hook of Life of a Showgirl. I like the storytelling that's going on here, and I like how Sabrina Carpenter even continues that storytelling, which it goes throughout the whole entire track. It just provides really great value. And we know Taylor Swift is one of the best pop writers out there. You know, she can really put together songs, can put all these different references in one verse, and you have to go back and listen to it over and over again, which I will be going back and listening to the song over and over again. I mean, guys, I got to listen to this album over and over and over again. Get ready, all right? I guess get ready for me. You know, maybe you don't want to listen to the album like that, but I definitely will be listening to the album like that. And I just like the fact that, you know, you have a really strong, powerful hook. You know, the Life of a Showgirl hook, it starts out very slow, but there's this build-up. And I like how hooks have build-up, and the build-up actually ends in a climax. So many times I've listened to pop songs in recent times in 2025, and we'll have this really slow build-up, you know, this nice flow, and then when the beat drops, you're expecting a really nice vocal run, or something really heavy, something to really get you going when the hook comes in. And then when that hook comes in, you don't get that. You know, you might get some background vocals that sound good, but the singing is not all the way there. There's no vocal runway. There's no nothing that, you know, really grabs your attention. Taylor Swift immediately shows why she's one of the best at making these type of songs, and really, you know, kind of, you know, I guess you could say kind of little brothers the pop music world, you know, with this one song, in my opinion. The way she comes on this hook with this slow build-up, it works really good. The flow's really good. The deep singing sounds really nice. And then we have this total vocal switch-up that happens, and these powerful vocals come crashing in. I just really like that switch-up. The hook sounds fantastic. The vocals are really good, in my opinion. And the value of this just really comes through. I really do enjoy what I'm listening here. And also the fact, too, guys, I mean, when you really think about it, Taylor Swift kills it on here. I'll just say, Taylor Swift 100% kills it. I mean, verse, hook, she even comes back on the second hook. Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift are taking turns on the hook. And then, you know, we're having her moment with the vocal switch up and with the beat switch up. She just, you know, completely kills it on here, in my opinion. I mean, holy shit. And then Sabrina Carpenter.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know, the type up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Sabrina Carpenter adds a nice twist on this song. I was wondering how Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter were going to mesh well together. They completely mesh well together. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter takes what Taylor Swift left off for the second verse and tells her own little story. You know, those southern twang vocals that really come in, mixed with that nice pop singing, and then she switches her vocals with a nice, powerful vocal runway. We know Sabrina Carpenter can sing her ass off. She's really proved that recently, and she's been proving that as, you know, she keeps dropping music, and I keep listening to this music. I'm like, holy shit, you know. And then, you know, Sabrina Carpenter comes on here and completely kills it. And then we have a whole beat switch up. Sabrina Carpenter is flowing on here, singing really well. Taylor Swift is flowing, having these flow switches, sounding really good. Kind of reminds me of some like theater vibes that are happening on this final track. And then we get that final guitar, final hook. And Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter kind of combining their vocals together. I mean, it was just beautiful to listen to, in my opinion. Guys, Life of a Showgirl. You know, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter. You know, for a first track that I just kind of, you know, look at and I go, yeah, I want to review that one first. I am pleasantly surprised, guys. I mean, look, 2025 music has been a rough year. I mean, I've listened to so much shit music. It is kind of mind-blowing how much shit that I've been hearing. But this kind of really makes me happy. And, you know, I've had these situations before where I review one track and then I don't enjoy the whole entire album. But I know Taylor Swift ain't gonna let me down like that.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
I know Taylor Swift can, you know, completely carry an album on her own. I mean, she's dropped 30 songs one time, and honestly, they were all 7s and 8s. That's pretty fucking good for a 30-track album. I mean, holy shit. So, Life of a Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Everything about this song is great. The instrumental's great. The instrumental switch-ups are great. Taylor Swift completely kills it. Sabrina Carpenter completely kills it. This track is amazing. I really recommend y'all check out this track. Overall, I'm easily going to be giving this song a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We got more Taylor Swift reviews coming out for the rest of the week. I will take a break on Sunday, and then we'll come back on Monday and keep talking about Taylor Swift. Even do an album review for the next... We're going to be doing a whole lot of content for Taylor Swift, so make sure you follow the show. We got a lot more reviews coming out, and I will see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.